Hello guys, welcome back to our official YouTube channels. Guys, today's sessions we will see development environment setup for a Liferay DXP 7.4. Guys, this video is going to help for the users or developers who is a freshers and they want to start their careers from Liferay DXP 7.4. They no need to worry about a previous version, what was prerequisite things, how they used to develop in previous version. Since they are starting their career from Liferay DXP 7.4, this video will helpful for them a lot. Apart from that, apart from freshers, the developers who are already has experience and they never touch or they never work on Liferay DXP 7.4. This video is going to help for them as well because as per my experience, when I was working in Liferay DXP or lower version of Liferay DXP, the way of setup and development environment was different. But a Liferay 7.4 development environment setup has a little tricky and different. If guys you are aware or already knows about the development environment setup of older versions, definitely you might be aware the older or traditional way of development to do the development setup. Like initially, what we used to do in lower versions, we used to download plugin SDK, we used to download Eclipse, and we used to go and install IDE in Eclipse. And there are lots of activities was required to do a Liferay development setup. But guys, in this video, you trust this is going to help for everybody who is either fresher or experienced who never work on Liferay DXP 7.4. They can easily graphs, they can easily look out these all point and they can follow and they will be able to do a development setup. So guys, in this sessions we will see concept of Liferay development setup of 7.4, and in the next part of this video we will show you the practical one how you can do the actual development. But this video is going to explain you what all are prerequisite things are required, what are mandatory pointers are required to you know to about that. For examples, in the screen you can see there are 10 points that I have mentioned. This is guys very useful, and every student or every freshers or every senior guys who never work on DXP, they must know it better before doing any development of Liferay DXP 7.4. In this screen you can see first point, prerequisite and required software. So this is going to tell you what all point B are what are software are required initially to do the Liferay development setup. Second point, you can see create a Liferay workspace. Third point, configure Liferay DXP 7.4 productions versions. So guys, these all are point we are going to cover in this next slide, and we will also do actual practical once we will complete this concept. Basically guys, before starting any development we must know about the base of technologies, point which is supported by that technologies, right? If we will directly jump any of technology and we are not aware about the base, about what all prerequisite things are required, how we need to go and create a workspace, what all databases are required, then definitely there are 50-50 chances either you can do, either you can complete, you will be able to do the setup and will go ahead, or you will get a fail because of lack of knowledge of prerequisite things and other things which is required to do the actual development setup. So guys, here you can see point 1 is clearly explaining what all prerequisite things are required. So first things guys, you should know about JDK 11 or 17. So JDK 11 and 17, basically this is Java toolkit, right? Previous versions when we used to develop in Liferay till Liferay 6.2, even Liferay 7.0, that was supporting JDK 1.8, or we can say JDK 8, right? But guys, to do a Liferay development setup and to work on Liferay DXP 7.4, we require minimum JDK 11 or 17 or later version. JDK or Liferay 7.4 is required for Liferay DXP 7.4. Basic things, minimum requirement is JDK 11 and or 17. If you will start your Liferay DXP servers, lower version of JDK like JDK 8 or 7, your portal is not going to start. It is going to throw lots of exceptions, since if you are as a fresher, there will be there will be difficulty for you to know what happened behind the scene. But a guy who is experienced, who knows the things, they can easily find out why this exception is happening, and definitely they will try to research and they will point out a later version. That's what this slide is very important for the freshers, for the experienced who never work on 7.4. They must know about JDK 11 and 17. So guys, JDK 11 and 17, this is again not latest version of Java. Currently, Java latest version is 21 or even more than that. But JDK 17 is the stable version. Even JDK 19 is also a stable version. But DXP is started supporting from JDK 11 or 17. That's what I have written here. Minimum requirement for Liferay DXP is required JDK 11 or JDK 17. There is a Gradle bundles with the workspace, right? So Gradles, basically in old versions we used to do the compilations, or we used to do the creation of build. We use generally Ant or Maven, right? But DXP or later version or Liferay DXP 7.4, basically it required Gradle, which is compulsory. Even you can generate your custom portlet and you can compile with Maven, but the recommended of Liferay, we should use a Gradle for build purpose, for creation of our custom modules, and this is very straightforward, and it's not so much complex like older versions. When we used to create any portlet, we used to configure Mavens or Ant. There are lots of steps was there, but this is very straightforward. So basically here just I'm trying to explain, guys, what all are prerequisite things are required. You must know before switching to start work on your 7.4 Liferay DXP. Now Gradle, you can see why it is required. As I said, like it's a build, right, to create a workspace, to install anything, right? Now next point is Node.js. Node.js, basically, guys, again this is required for front end, client extensions, Git, version control and workspace, right? This is again Git. We need to install as external tools which is going to manage your source code, and you can push your source code on Bitbucket or whether it required. But yes, it required. Any database is required. Yes, I have just mentioned MySQL or Postgre. Even there will you can use Oracles, MS SQLs, any database you can, which is supported by DXP 7.4. But yes, always we should avoid HSQL. This is default database, and we should never use this one. because this is the inbuilt database of Liferay DXP 4. And if anybody is using this one and due to any reasons they do the clear of temp work and data folders, your entire data is going away and you have to redevelopment entire things. That's what we must avoid a default SQL. And guys, Liferay DXP 7.4 come with Tomcat, Apache Tomcat 9 as a embedded applications with Liferay. Sometimes if you or your client require to configure their own Apache Tomcat or JBoss server, then you must know about the step how you can integrate Liferay war with any Apache Tomcat or with JBoss. That's separate topics we will cover in something different sessions, but today's sessions, let's see what all our prerequisite things are required and what are the basic things to do the Liferay setup. Here that point is Blade CLI, what is use of, why we need it. So basically this is Liferay command line tools guys for creating project, for installing, for any kinds of activity which is required to do the to creation of build, to creation of portlet, and to creation of workspace, and to creation to initialization of your bundles. So these all are very important point. Let's come to the next point, guys. Next point is here after prerequisite. The next slide clearly representing guys what is a basic command to create a Liferay workspace. So guys, before running this command, you must follow my previous slide point where I have mentioned all 10 points which is required to create a workspace or to do the setup of Liferay DXP 7.4. Now this slide is completely to create a workspace of Liferay. You can see some command I have mentioned. The command is Blade and -b 7.4 DXP workspace demo. So what you need to do guys, first after installing all prerequisite things, you have to open a cmd command prompt and you have to run this command. You can see first line. Once a command is created, you can go in that directory. When you will go in that directory, you need to go how you will go cd dxp-workspace-demo. So now guys, dxp-workspace-demo, this is my own workspace. It's not mandatory you should also give a same name. You can give any name based on your project nature. Let's suppose you are working a project domain. The project domain is like payment or the domain is something else. You can give the name of your development workspace like that, so that when you are working multiple domain project, you are completely aware which workspace you have created for your payment domains, for media domains, for insurance domain. This is a completely up to your understanding and your convenience. Once you have created your workspace, when you will run Blade init CLI 7.4 DXP, it is going to create a workspace. Right. So how, if guys, I can show you how you can run this command. So let me go and open a command prompt. Now guys, here you can see this is our command window, cmd prompt, and how you can do. So first we have to write Blade 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 init, and then it is going to, you have to give some versions and then a version name, which one version you want to create workspace. For example, if you want to create workspace for 7.3, you have to mention here 7.3. If you are working latest version 7, which is 7.4, you need to give this one. You can give here any name like payment and payment hyphen workspace. Any name you can give here, but yes, just for your understanding, just I'm showing this command how you can go and run it, right? So once you will run it, you can see something is running behind this and your workspace got created. See, checking for release and it goes and created workspace. Now next point in the screen, you can see what I'm doing, cd-dxp-workspace-demo. Since I have created different workspace, so what we can write, cd-payment. See, this is our workspace which got created. Now, if we'll go on dir, in this directory you can see a lots of file has been created here, right? So these all are files just got created because of running this command. The command is blade hyphen space init hyphen b 7.4 dxp or any workspace, right? So now guys, we are good to create a workspace. But guys, if you will directly run this command, then it is not going to work because it will ask all those dependencies which we initially mentioned in our first slide. Now coming to the next point. Now there is a yellow bulletin point where something we have mentioned about the explanation of your flag, right? So here you can see specify Liferay versions with -v. On the in the command you can see I have written -v. Workspace auto configured with Gradle. It is going to auto configure with Gradle. That's what Gradle was initially step to install in your system. All tools and config ready to use. Once your workspace got created, everything is ready and you are good to go and to create any custom portlet that I will show you how you can do maybe next session guys, because let's understand first our basic concept of Liferay environment setups and what all are point are required. Now second option A is using this command. Option B is also there where you can go and download Liferay project installer from GitHub. Java run to auto detected on launch initialize workspace. This is not recommended by Liferay and this is not good for any kinds of developer whether they are fresher or experienced. The way I have told in first option one, this is very powerful and this is recommended by Liferay and you can continue with it. But sometimes guys are not good with the command line tools, they can follow option B. Now coming to the next point. Now guys, you can see once we have created workspace, right? So next what you need to do, because still the bundle is not initialized, to download Liferay bundles you have to do some configurations in your Gradle.properties file. Since we have created workspace, sometimes it by default configure by itself, but if it is not, you have to go and check and you have to change the property file of your workspace. For example, let me show you where we went and created and which file we are talking. Otherwise you guys will get confused here. So guys, in this slide we are talking about Gradle.properties file. See, Gradle.properties file. If I will open it in edit mode, let me go and open it in edit mode. Where I have created it, I have created in some workspace users. In the users, AK and here I have created somewhere that workspace. Generally we should not create here, but I have just created this is the workspace that I have created today, 6262026, right? When you go inside here, you can see this lot of file has been created in a single command when you run blade hyphen init hyphen b hyphen 7.4 and the name of workspace. Now the file we are talking to update is this file, Gradle.property file. Since we have just created, so there are some out of box properties which might be appended here, but still, let me show you. See, this is the line that we are talking in the slide. Coming to the slide again and come to our property file. See, this is the file that I'm talking about. How, what all things are, say, product. Liferay.workspace.product is equal to portal hyphen 7.4 GA132. Since when we run our command, it is by automatic configured everything. Sometimes if it is not there, you have to come in this file, you have to configure your bundles, which one bundle you want to download in your workspace. Just till now Liferay bundle is not downloaded. Till now just it has created a workspace. If I show you here, see here there is no bundles to download your for your Tomcat bundles, or which one you can start and see your Liferay out, right? So what is how you can do that one? So here is you can see for Liferay DXP is this one, which is again enterprise editions. You can define your product name, something like this. And since we are looking community editions, you can see this is the property file which we have defined here, and this must be available in your property file of Gradle.property file. Sorry, build.properties file. Okay, sorry, Gradle.property file. Now, once you configure it, you have to run this command. When you will run this command, it is going to download Tomcat bundle in your workspace which you have created. Let me show you. For now, you can see there is no bundles folder here. There is a modules folder, Gradle folders, config folders, themes folder, but bundles folder is missing. So how you can get it? So for that you have to go again command line tools and you have to type this line Gradles init bundles. Here you can see Gradles. Why? I mean, if you haven't installed Gradles, then this command is not going to work. See, this is the command which is written in green. My cursor, if you can see here, guys, Gradle, right? So you have to type here Gradles Gradles, and then what you next type here init bundles, init bundles, init bundles, bundle, right? Init bundles, and from where you need to run, you have to go inside your workspace. See, I am inside a workspace. In this workspace, I am just running Gradles init bundles. When we will run it, it is going to download your Tomcat bundles and it is going to be available in your workspace. And later you can go and start your Liferay and you can access using localhost port 8080 or any port which is you want to run your Liferay bundles, right? So guys, until it is something happen because of some init bundles Okay, so basically, guys, this is issue is happening. We will solve it. There is a problem with you can see Gradle or some versions wise. So we'll see it in next session. But yes, let's cover first our entire point. What are prerequisites or things are required. Then we will show you actual demo in the next part, right? So coming to the next. Now I'm just trying to explain, guys, about the structures of Liferay bundles. Since once your bundle will get downloaded, okay, so it is going to be like these structures. There will be data folders. Okay, so let me guys show you. Already I have done some uh, yeah. See, this is the bundles I'm talking. We'll check, we'll show you from scratch how why that previous run command got failed. But this is the bundles. Once you will run init, oh sorry, Gradle's W space init bundles, it is going to create this bundle, this download this bundle. When you will go inside this bundle, you will see all these files which will get created automatically, right? And this slide is again representing the things what all our folders will get downloaded. Basically this slide is just representing you the structures of your Tomcat bundles. So there is a data folders basically used for documents library, search indexes, HSQLDB, OSGi state cache, right? Deployment, this is for hot deployment when you will create var, jar file, lpkg file, you need to move that file in deploy folders. It is going to deploy your applications. And OSGi bundles, it is core OSGi runtime, which is modules, config, marketplace. Elasticsearch sidebar, again, you can see, guys, Tomcat bundle, you can see Tomcat is basically a root of your Liferay bundles, which have all these useful folder, which is bin, config, lib, web apps, start there, right? Start command is there, and there is a glow root. This is apm tools, jvm profiling, thread, memory monitoring. So guys, earlier version there was no concept like this. Since Liferay 7.4 came with lots of features, with new features, so which is again here is helpful for you to monitor what all things are happening, monitoring the monitoring of your memory, what which element is consuming more memory, which is very useful for you. Tools, internals Liferay utility and script don't modify when you are looking in the tools area, right? Loose licenses, since Liferay DXP community edition don't require any license, so no worry about this point. But if you are using a Liferay DXP enterprise editions, definitely your client or your company is going to give you a keys which is required to during your installation of your work Liferay bundle. And work, this is again temporary folders which cache all details related to your data. Now important root file, here you can see .liferay-home, .liferay-versions. So what is use of .liferay-home? Like this basically mark this directory as a Liferay home root used internally by Liferay to locate bundles config data directory, right? If you will come here you can see I'm talking about this one .liferay versions .liferay home. So basically guys, these all file automatically get created when your Liferay downloaded bundles with this command. Since in our laptop there is a mismatch of version getting failed, but yes, I will show you next part of this video from scratch how you can initialize the bundle. But yes, okay, now coming to okay, now coming to all these point, I mean, these files are again a part of your Liferay Tomcat bundles, which is you can see available in the bundles folder itself. And very important file is portal-exe.property file. Basically guys, this property file are required to override any kinds of property which is out of box available in Liferay itself. Since Liferay itself there is a portal.property file which has all kinds of properties files related informations, and any one of that property file if you want to override here, you have to create portal-exe.property file under the root directory of Tomcat or under the classes folder which is under the web version of there. You have to go and create this file and you have to define which one property file you want to modify. Okay, now next point here guys, you can see how you can connect Liferay DB with how you can connect Liferay with any external DB. So here you can see I have defined 5 point here right side port, and that is you need to define inside portal-exe.property file. And this property file that you can see, this is only for MySQL DB, not for other. But if you want to connect any external other DB like MS SQL, like Oracle, you have to change the driver, you have to change the URLs, connection URLs, and username password also you have to change accordingly. What is username password for your Oracle DB, you have to give it there. See guys, supported database left side you can see I have mentioned MySQL 8 plus, Postgre 14 plus, Oracle DB, MS SQL. So guys, here's one thing you must aware or must note in your mind, that older version of Liferay, basically most of the client or company were using lower version of MySQL like 5 or something. But when you will directly point 5 to 7.4, it is not going to work. So first you have to upgrade your DB to Liferay 8 plus, then you need to configure it. Now next point is how you can start your server. So what you can do, you have to go on bundles. In the bundles you have to go on Tomcat and bin. So here is the path. So I will come here, bundles, then there is a Tomcat, and then there is a bin. Once you will come in this directory, open this in a command prompt and run startup.bat. If you are downloaded your bundles and a window machines, then you have to run startup.bat file. You can see step 2. And if you are running it in a Linux, then it required startup.sh. You have to run this one. Once you will start, you will see some log will happen, and at last you will see localhost 8080. When you will access your application, it is going to show you localhost 8080. Okay, now success indicator, which bundles logs. This is the location where you will see whether your application got success, how many milliseconds it took to start your applications. So first time setup wizard, when you will access localhost 8080, it will show you a login window. When you click on login, it will open a login username and password. You have to enter there. Once you enter there, it will ask you to change your password. Once you change it, it will redirect you to the home page after successful login. Now this is custom way to create a portlet, right? Since our Liferay is now ready, our Liferay started. Now next is we are going to create a custom portlet. But guys, this portlet basically in older version we used to create through Eclipse by installing Liferay ID in lower version. But here you can directly use Blade CLI command to create your portlet. Here guys, the command explanation is Blade create -t mbc-portlet. This is the template name which kinds of portlet you are going to create. If you are going to create something else like hook, themes, or service builder, you have to give the different name here. and -p is a kind of package, what package you want to give here, and demo portlet, any name you can give here. This is basically, let's suppose you are developing a customer support portlet, you have to give the name customer support hyphen portlet, right? So that it should be specific for your modules which you are developing, and it will be understandable by the other developers who is going to work on a futures. And once you will create it, you will see the structure of your portlet something like this, and deploy the portlet. Once you created it, you can deploy using this command. Once you deployed, and how you can deploy which location, first you have to go on your workspace. In the workspace you have to type this command, Gradles w column modules column demo hyphen portlet column deploy. Once you will run this command, it is going to deploy it. In the console you will see something got started. And now here are quick references, key command that you must know about. See, initially what we run this command, we run this command to initialize or create our workspace, and we run this command to download Liferay Tomcat bundles. Unfortunately, in this sessions you can see some discrepancies happen, and because of that this command got failed. But yes, I'm going to create another video where you will see I will show you all these command again to run, and will show you to create or download your bundle from scratch. And this is command to run or to deploy your applications. And this command is again deploy when you are running same directory, you can run directly here. If you are running from workspace, you have to give this path. If you are, it's up to you which one you want choose. This is command to start or your application. This is command to stop your applications, and this is command to create your new portlet. Now we are ready to build with the Liferay DXP 7.4. So guys, let's meet next sessions. And the next sessions I will show you again to create a workspace. Guys, this session was basically theoretical ones which you must know about it before starting your development in Liferay DXP 7.4. But now in the next part of this video you will see from scratch creation of workspace, initialization of bundles, creation of custom portlet, theme, service builders, or client extensions, anything which is available in the template of out of box of Liferay. And you will also see how you can deploy and how you can add those deployed portlet on a page. So guys, let's meet on next video. Until let's meet on next video, right? Until guys, you can go through this video and try to make your concept clear before switching or jumping actual development. So guys, we will give you every basic step from scratch to a complete development environment, along with any modules which is available in a Liferay. You will see one by one video and you will learn it. You no need to take any kinds of external training from anybody, right? Because they are also going to explain you the same things, but here you will get more benefit because this is completely open source for everybody. Everybody who want, you can come on our Siddiqui YouTube channels and you can view and watch the video. So thank you guys, and let's meet our next video.